Many men grow up with a very simple belief about life. If you are a good man, things will eventually work out. Work hard. Be loyal. Support the people around you. Do the right thing even when it is difficult. This idea sounds fair. It sounds logical. And for a long time, many men truly believe it. Because this is what they were taught. A good man helps others. A good man sacrifices when necessary. A good man carries responsibility without complaining. These ideas are repeated in families, in movies, in society. And because of that, many men build their identity around this role. They become the reliable one, the calm one, the one who solves problems instead of creating them. But reality slowly begins to show something different. A man can do everything he believes is right, and still feel strangely invisible. This does not happen suddenly. It happens slowly. At first, everything seems normal. A man supports his partner. He listens carefully. He tries to understand instead of arguing. When there is tension, he becomes the calm one. When something breaks, he tries to fix it. When someone needs help, he shows up. In the beginning, this feels like strength. It feels like maturity. It feels like responsibility. And those qualities are valuable. But over time, something subtle begins to change. When a man constantly puts himself last, people around him slowly get used to it. His time becomes flexible. His plans become negotiable. His needs become optional. No one makes this decision out loud. No one sits down and decides to ignore him. But behavior adapts to patterns. And patterns shape expectations. If someone always sacrifices their priorities, the environment slowly begins expecting that sacrifice. Not because people are cruel, but because people adapt. And many men never notice this shift until years later. From the outside, everything still looks stable. He has a job. He has responsibilities. He supports others. But inside, something begins to wear down. A quiet exhaustion begins to grow. Many men reach a moment where they start asking themselves a difficult question. Why does it feel like I give so much but receive so little respect? This question is uncomfortable. Because many men were taught that thinking this way is selfish. They were taught that strength means endurance. So instead of talking about the problem, they simply continue. They work harder. They become even more patient. They try to be even more understanding. They believe that if they just try a little more, everything will eventually balance out. But effort alone does not always fix the situation. Because the real problem is often not effort. The real problem is balance. There is an important difference between being a good man and being a respected man. A man can be generous and still be overlooked. He can be responsible and still be undervalued. He can sacrifice his time and energy and still feel invisible. This realization can feel frustrating, especially when it appears after years of trying to do everything right. But understanding this difference is important. Respect rarely grows from endless sacrifice. Respect grows from clarity. Clarity about who you are. Clarity about where your life is going. Clarity about what you are willing to give and what you are not willing to lose. When a man lacks this clarity, he often drifts through life reacting to other people's needs. But when a man begins protecting his direction, something begins to change. His time becomes meaningful. His attention becomes valuable. His presence becomes something people respect. Because people naturally respect what is limited. If something is always available, it slowly becomes ordinary. But when something is valuable and protected, it gains weight. Many men discover this lesson later in life. Sometimes after disappointment. Sometimes after burnout. Sometimes after realizing that constantly sacrificing themselves did not bring the life they imagined. And at that point, something inside them begins to shift. Not toward anger. Not toward bitterness. but toward awareness. They begin asking different questions. Where is my time going? Who truly values my effort? What direction is my life moving toward? These questions can be uncomfortable, but they are also powerful, because once a man begins thinking this way, he stops drifting through life. He starts building structure. He starts protecting his time. He starts choosing his priorities. And slowly life begins to feel different. Not easier, but clearer. The same man who once felt invisible begins to feel stable again. His decisions become calmer. His relationships become more balanced. His energy is no longer scattered everywhere. And something interesting often happens. The same people who once overlooked him begin treating him differently. Not because he became aggressive, not because he became cold, but because he stopped abandoning himself. He stopped quietly placing everyone else's priorities above his own life. He created balance. And balance is something many men were never taught. They were taught discipline. They were taught responsibility, but they were rarely taught how to protect their own boundaries. Without boundaries, kindness can slowly turn into exhaustion. Without boundaries, loyalty can slowly turn into self-neglect. Without boundaries, responsibility can slowly turn into resentment. And resentment is dangerous, because it grows silently. It builds slowly. And by the time a man recognizes it, years may have already passed. This is why learning balance earlier can change everything. A man does not need to stop being kind. He does not need to stop helping others. But he must remember that his own life also deserves attention. His time matters. His direction matters. His energy matters. When a man protects these things, he does not become selfish. He becomes stable. And stability creates respect. A man who knows where he is going does not need to constantly prove his value. His life speaks for itself. His choices speak for themselves. His calm confidence becomes visible, and people instinctively respond to that. So the goal is not to stop being a good man. The goal is to stop disappearing while trying to be one. And maybe this raises an interesting question. Have you ever seen a man who gave everything for others but still seemed deeply unhappy? And why do you think that happens? Write your thoughts in the comments. Different perspectives on this topic are always interesting to read. And if conversations about men's psychology, relationships, and personal growth interest you, subscribe to Men's Inner Garage. There will be many more discussions like this ahead.